Hey guys, here's Louie. I know it's been a while since I haven't made a video, guys, but I've been really busy. Just a quick update of what Louie's been up to. So on the birdcage, I would say this Friday coming up will make a week that I put up the lift, 4-post lift on the birdcage. More videos on that to come. I also started doing the barn style floor that I told you I'm going to do because it's what I could afford right now. I did not want to spend 11,000 plus on doing the whole concrete floor, but everything is coming out great. For the close friends that have seen it, trust me, it's really nice. Once again, I'm only going to do little work there with that lift. This is my shop, and here is where I build these cars, and any cutting, welding and stuff like that will be done here. If I happen to do it at the birdcage, I won't have the wood exposed for long because I'm planning to put diamond plates on them as I go little by little. Anyway, that's why I've been really busy. Now let's go on to Ladybird here. So quick run around of what I've been up to. So I plumbed all the brake lines. Okay, I finally got all the clips and all the brackets. I put them on the car already. All right, so she's plumbed from the master cylinder all the way back to the rear tires and the front, of course. Today I will be actually bleeding the brakes. All right, and the way I like to do it is I put the master cylinder on my bench vise and I bench bleed it first, and then I install it on the car. It just makes it way easier for me. I also installed the fuel line here. So just a heads up for you guys that need to put the fuel lines, you need to remove your alternator. And if you could just loosen the power steering or take it off, put it to the side, and you loosen the bracket on the back, this bracket right here that you see is aluminum, just enough to slide it forward and then sneak the hard fuel line down to the pump, you should be fine. But there she goes. She's ready to rock and roll to the carburetor. Now, this video is going to be covering what you do when you decide to put headers on your Firebird. Okay, this happens to be the original 350 Pontiac engine that was born with this 68 Firebird. And this housing here, okay, this oil filter housing, it's not working. It's a straight up and down, okay? And we need one that points to the block, so I could have clearance of taking out that filter. As of now, I cannot take it out because she's slamming into the headers. So I'm going to be removing this housing, and it's 3 bolts, 9/16. You got one here, and one on top. And I'm going to show you which housing you need if you're going to be putting headers. All right, guys, so now I'm here at the workbench, and I have a cup here that I use to take off the filters on these cars. And this happens to be a wick filter, but I use wick or STP, the big ones. STP also makes a smaller one, but I use the biggest one. And the cup is 93 mm, okay? So your cup socket to remove your oil filter will be a 93 mm. Much easier to take them off. If you have something like headers on your way, this might not work. You might want to buy something like this, okay? And remember, when you're installing your oil filter, just tighten up by hand. Don't use no tools to tighten it up. Sometimes it gets extra tight with the heat and all that, the heat cycles, so you might need a tool to remove it. They also make one with a rubber like belt style, but This and the cup socket is what I use. Now, here is the oil filter housing that I took off of the Pontiac 350 that's on Ladybird, okay? And if you could see that good, she's just straight up and down, okay? You could see that she's just straight up and down and is slamming to the headers. Now, the one that I told Scott, the gentleman that owns Ladybird, to buy, has a turn, so it curves to the engine block, giving you just enough space to remove your oil filter and sneak it on the side. So if your engine is here, let's say, right, and you unscrewing your oil filter, you just slide it off. And I know it works because I have the same thing here on the Lovebird. I have headers and I have this style of the oil filter housing. Okay, I'm gonna take off. Here's just a tissue that I put in because I was spraying it Pontiac blue and I didn't want to get no paint inside. For now, I'm taking off this pipe fitting. I'm gonna be installing in this one, but future video, if you guys are interested, Ladybird will be getting auxiliary gauges, and I strongly recommend this because if you have a car that have idiot lights in your dash panel, let me tell you something. Once those idiot lights come on, the damage is done already to your engine. Kiss it goodbye. Now you're gonna have to see the problem, rebuild it, and blah blah blah. But this is your temperature gauge. If you see the needle just keep on going, creeping up, you know to turn off your engine, let it cool down, and then turn back your engine and go your way. Here's just a battery. See if your battery is charging. Okay, 12-volt system. And this is your oil pressure, which is really crucial too. These two are the most ones I like to watch when I'm driving these cars, okay? So if you see something funny with your oil pressure, you will also want to turn off your car, your engine, or you could cause some damage. But I use these. I do not get sponsored by Aquas, but I use these gauges and I absolutely love them. I have rally gauges in my 69 Firebird. My temperature gauge, I think I need to put a resistor, something like that. I never got to it, but I put an auxiliary temp gauge and works beautiful. My 67 Firebird has rally gauges, so it is a gauge car. That's why I never put auxiliary gauges. Now, my white 68 also going to be a rally car. The Lovebird won't have no gauges, so I will have to put aftermarket gauges, which is auxiliary gauges. And it's just for you guys to drive more confident, knowing the vitals of your engine. Just like the doctor checks your vitals to make sure you're okay, you want to check your engine vitals. I think it's just cheap insurance. And if you guys are interested in the back brings this tube. It's for your oil pressure. It's plastic. That's going to the garbage. You want to get the copper, hard copper line, which was bought for Ladybird already. And then the temperature sending unit, everything is here. And it's also a wire, okay, like a metal wire that you cut. You're going to be installing into your intake manifold. You do not want to be bending it back and forth, because you could have the potential of breaking it. But I have installed it with a lot of success. And voltmeter here, of course, to the negative, so a chassis side of the car, and to an on and off ignition 12 volt. Like I said, if you guys are interested, I'll make a video. Anyway, let's compare these side by side for you guys to understand. So if you could see this one that was on Ladybird 350, She's straight up and down, and that one is pointing to the engine, so it should clear the oil filter. Okay, so I'll be taking off this gasket, install it here, and putting this back on the engine. I'll bring you guys right back. Well guys, here you go. If you could remember the beginning of the video, rewind the video, you'll see that she was straight up and down towards the header, like facing the header, right on the header. But she does have space under here. Okay, she's not resting on the header. So what you want to do is, when you're going to twist off your oil filter, you want to just keep twisting it off to that angle towards the oil pan, and you will be able to sneak it out. That's a lot of space right between there. Okay, so if you're going to be putting headers, these are dug headers, by the way, stainless dug headers. Really nice setup. I can't wait to hear this engine. That's what you're going to need for your oil filter, that she's angled towards your block. If you have the long branch exhaust manifold that Pontiac have for these cars, which was like a factory headers, this will have, your oil filter housing will have to be pointing more towards the back. Okay, and that is something that if the Scott from the Ladybird owner finds difficult, that is something that he could also do, is buy the one that is angled towards the back. But this should not be a headache, because like I said, I also have it here on the Lovebird, and I already changed. No, you guys can see it too good, but I already changed that on the Lovebird, and I had no issues at all. Well guys, quick easy video here. I just want you to know lot more things are here to come on Ladybird's built. Okay, I finished restoring, rebuilding the complete drive shaft. Okay, I sanded every surface rust that was there, and I gave it a nice paint job. I have videos on that I already did. Rebuilt brand new U-joint. We also got a new yoke for the drive shaft and U-joints. These are greasable, okay, U-joints, and I'm going to be installing that today. That's what it takes, hard work, and your project will just keep on looking more and more and more to the closer to the finish line, I should say. Today is my first day off from the week from my job, and I've been here since 3 a.m. this morning, and it's about 10 minutes to 6 a.m. right now. But you know what? To get good work done, you need to play hard. You need to spend time in the garage. There's no kidding about that. There's no sugar coating it. It's going to take you a lot of time in the garage and a lot of work, guys. More to come on the Lovebird. I will be taking out the 350, like I said, and going over it. More videos to go on that. I just been busy with the bird cage and a lot of more things, you know, around the house. But yeah, this is coming up pretty soon. Trust me, I'm gonna be moving to the front sheet metal, but I first want to paint the dashboard. I gotta paint the dashboard. I want to seal the floor up, and I'm gonna show you how I insulate the floor, and it's a cheap way, so check that out. All right, like I said, if you subscribe and keep up with the channel, you're going to see a whole lot of things. I'm going to also be installing the throttle, the gas pedal. Okay, I'm gonna be installing the gas pedal today, guys. You see that clip right there? You could look up that clip if you look for your brake pedal. You just type in 68 Firebird, first gen Firebird brake pedal pin, and they sell that clip the clip you see right there, okay, separate, and you need to have that clip like this. She doesn't slide out, okay? She goes inside this plastic housing here, okay, and sticks out. And for her not to slide out of here, you're going to need this clip. This happens to be original. Even the gas pedal is original. All this stuff back here is metal, and all the new one is plastic. So we decided to keep the original and just clean it up and paint it. It's gonna go on. Well, guys, more to come on the Lovebird. Stay tuned. Pretty soon this 1968 Firebird will be flying. Take care now. Like I said, keep your hands dirty and your project will move forward. Bye bye.